Hey guys, Fipsy2 here. Today, again, like my last video, it's just going to be more of a chilled video, rather than, intense and that. It's going to be a chilled video, because today, I understand, that most of you, including myself, unless I'm just a wuss, most of you, including myself, are very, very, very overwhelmed by everything we got in the Little Nightmares Showcase. Obviously overwhelmed in a good way. We got loads of news, and it's very hard to, my brain is still, processing everything we got. And one thing that helps me process everything that we got is to look at, write down everything and hear everything that we got in order. So, this video will be all about, everything we got in the Little Nightmares Showcase, so literally every single thing. So, first we are going to start off with the most obvious one, which is the Little Nightmares release date. So, as we know, the Little Nightmares 3 will be released on the 10th of October 2025. There's not long at all to go. I'm so excited for this game. It looks incredible, as you've seen from the new trailer for the Carnival chapter. This was also released. Alongside that, there was also new gameplay for the Carnival, which you're seeing on screen right now. So, we got a lot of things, and we were fed very, very, very well for Little Nightmares 3 with all this. A release day, a new trailer, and gameplay. Oh my god, we were eating good. But, that's just the start of it. We have so much more news to talk about in this video. So, now that we're going to be talking about one of my favorite announcements of this showcase, The Sounds of Nightmares Season 2. You heard that right, guys. The Sounds of Nightmares Season 2 is finally in development. So, The Sounds of Nightmares is a podcast for Little Nightmares. It's incredible. The first season follows the story of Noon and Otto. Otto is a doctor in a psychiatric hospital running tests on Noon because she keeps having these dreams, these nightmares, if you will. They look into it, they find out about the ferryman, and it's revealed that, Otto's little sister called Cece was taken by the ferryman and taken to the nowhere. Otto wants to get her in the nowhere and was using Noon to get there. So yes, The Sounds of Nightmares Season 2 is finally in development. I'm really excited for it, although it won't be released for a while because they've only now started development on it, so it likely will come out maybe middle of 2026, mid 2026 maybe. But guys, we got to be patient for this because we want this to be as perfect as Season 1 was. I can imagine some plot points for this. For instance, at the end of The Sounds of Nightmares Season 1, there was this new kid that came in, and Otto started looking after him, so it could follow his story along with New Nightmares. Or it could be a prequel to how Cece went missing. Or it could be something like that. I'm going to hopefully make a theory video on what we could see in The Sounds of Nightmares, in The Sounds of Nightmares Season 2 podcast. But, I don't know when that'll be released, but I'm going to try to make it. Next, we are moving on to the Descent to Nowhere comics. So guys, Descent to Nowhere is just a bunch of Little Nightmares comics. I'm really excited for this. So the Descent to Nowhere comics release monthly. That's right, monthly. And they start releasing from October 2025 all the way up until January. That gives us 4 months. Therefore, the Descent to Nowhere contains 4 issues. Descent to Nowhere follows the story of a police detective named Myra, who is in the counties, which I'm very happy about. It's set in the counties, so we get to see the counties. We actually get to see normal Little Nightmares people, which is insane. But yeah, as I said, she's a detective, and she is investigating the milk carton cases, which is more or less child disappearances. Then, the other story. It'll be in one comic. There'll just be 2 viewpoints, perspectives, and the other perspective follows the perspective of a child named Hush. She is one of the children on the milk cartons. So you know, you can kind of see where this is going to clash. Hush is a silent girl locked in a jail cell in the nowhere. One of my favorite things about this is the fact that Hush meets Mono. Mono from Little Nightmares 2. I thought his story was completely done, but I imagine that this is going to explain how Mono ended up in the wilderness. So maybe Hush will die, maybe she'll get saved. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, they're both going to help each other and work together. So I'm really excited for this. As I said, it will start. The first copy will be released in October 2025 and will release all the way up until January. Next, another one that was like one of the ones that were like completely unexpected is a new Little Nightmares stop motion project is now in the works. Oh my god, this is highly theorized to be a TV show. So I'm going to try to get a theory about this, about what I think this is going to be as well as obviously, as I said, The Sounds of Nightmares and Descent to Nowhere. I'm going to try to do an analysis of the trailer of Descent to Nowhere as well. But yeah, the Little Nightmares stop motion project, it follows the story of a little girl with pigtails. To my knowledge, we don't have a canon name for this girl, so I'm just going to call her the girl with pigtails, and she receives the gift of a creepy dollhouse. So I am very intrigued to see what this has to offer. Very, very intrigued. I think it's going to be very good. Hopefully it's a TV show as well, a stop motion TV show. That would be sick and would perfectly fit the like the aesthetic of Little Nightmares. Next, a horror novel called Little Nightmares: The Lonely Ones, written by E.C. Mayers, will be released in September. I'm really excited for this one. So one downside about it is the fact that it has no pictures, but maybe, you know, maybe I just really like pictures. I like seeing stuff rather than reading stuff. Although it does give us, you know, a lot of interpretation and stuff for what things look like, unless they describe it like really, really, really well. So yeah, written by E.C. Myers, Little Nightmares: The Lonely Ones. I think this was actually seen on Amazon a few months ago along with another novel/comic. But yeah, Little Nightmares: The Lonely Ones follows the story of a girl named Ruse in the Carnival area from Little Nightmares 3, which I think is really, really cool. So she wakes up in a dark room with two other children she has never met. One is, and I quote, a quiet, mousy girl with a rope around her neck, while the other is, and I quote again, a starving boy wearing a mask. As I said, this will be released in September, more specifically on the 10th of September, and it's actually available to pre-order on Amazon as I speak right now. So I'm probably going to be getting everything on this list because you know how I am about Little Nightmares. I love Little Nightmares and I'll take any content that it has to offer. Next, probably the most unexpected and insane one, or maybe it's like on par with the predicted TV show, but it's a Little Nightmares VR game. Yeah, you heard me right. A teaser trailer was released for a Little Nightmares virtual reality game. That's insane. So the start of the trailer, it looks like the Little Nightmares 2 hallway, so maybe it's going to be Little Nightmares 2 in VR. I highly doubt it, but it's, you know, it's going to be a VR game, which I'm very excited for. I'm hoping they do release it in flat mode, although I do highly doubt it. If they do release it in flat mode, I'll play it on flat mode on the channel. I will also try to play it on, you know, VR mode on the channel if it's no flat mode. So I really want to play it. But yeah, VR is a bit, you know, it's a bit fiddly. It's a bit annoying to play on the channel sometimes. But unfortunately with this VR, it likely will not be released for a long while. My prediction is the end of 2026 or the start of 2027, maybe even later, because, you know, it's a VR game and they've only now started development on it. But, you know, guys, we got to give them time. We got to give them lots and lots of time. The final piece of news here is the fact that the Little Nightmares Enhanced Edition that was leaked, well, like a few weeks ago, is out right now. But the catch is, you can only play it right now if you pre-order Little Nightmares 3. So the actual release date, where it'll be released for everyone, will be on the same day as Little Nightmares 3, which is the 10th of October. The Little Nightmares Enhanced Edition will run at 4K and 60 FPS. It will also include additional new checkpoints and bug fixes for the game, which is obviously, you can't complain about it. You know, bug fixes, like perspective, like bugs as well. New checkpoints as well, so as much of the game is easier. But yeah, it's going to have, from what I remember last night, it's going to have ray tracing, shadows. It's going to be amazing, reflections. It's going to be really good. So guys, that concludes everything for my little conclusion of the Little Nightmares showcase today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Also, considering I'm going to start to try to do theories. I'm going to start to get theories to come back. Make sure you leave your theories down below in the comment section, and you might even have a chance to be in my one of my next videos or my next theory. You know, for me to answer it and see if I agree with it, and you know, give the positives and the negatives of it. Also, I will be introducing the art section I used to have. So there's an art section on my Discord. I'll leave the link to that down below, and everything in this everything like trailer and that in this video I'll leave in the description as well. So if you guys do want to be featured with art in hopefully my next theory, make sure you join my Discord and leave it in the art section. But with that, guys, that concludes our video for today. So, you know, Little Nightmares Showcase, it was a giant success. I am hoping that we will get a demo in August. I think a demo in July or this month will just be a bit too overwhelming right now. So, you know, I think August is a very nice release date for a demo. We could either go to, you know, the Carnival, the Factory, the Necropolis, most likely the Necropolis, because they've shown most of it. Well, not most of it, but the most out of the 3. So yeah, hoping for that. That concludes our video for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.